Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from, my spirit guides always say, beautiful little moonrise cottage. I'm here to take a look into today's love energy forecast. These readings are for anybody who is working with the energies to bring forward the 4D and the 5D, to manage, Spirit saying, to manage your heart chakra awakening, relationship, family matters, etc. Just wanting to bring forward more love energy into this world that we live in. So I pull a couple of cards from the Oracle decks, and then we dive into the Rider Waite. So here's the first card that came out today. I love this. Elk Animal Medicine. If you look at the text from the Animal Medicine cards, it's 2 or 3 pages long, so I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to put you through that. However, it is about stamina for a long journey. It's about, there's a couple of key themes. So the little story is about, elk's wandering through the forest. It's mating time. He's bellowing his mating call, and mountain lion spots him, and a chase ensues. And, elk just paces himself, leaps over boulders, is able to get around obstacles, and eventually my mountain lion gives up because elk can run straight uphill. There's also a notion about what my guides are saying, hanging out with your friends. Other than in mating season, elk sticks to their own gender. So unless they want to reproduce, they're hanging out with the Boys and Girls Club, wherever they feel they belong. So I think there's a message this morning about, be balanced. Know that you need stamina for this journey we're on. Make sure to spend as much time with your friends as you do with your lover or your loved one. It's critically important. You need their camaraderie. You need their support. You need to go have some fun, some non-attached fun, Spirit saying. So I love that that's there, because we kind of are coming into mating season in terms of, where I live. Very slowly, there are signs of spring coming. It's March. The equinox is not so far off. The little chickadees are chirping in the morning now when I get up, so I love that. So Spirit asked me to actually get a card from the Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck. Okay, that's the one they want. This is beautiful. The Foundation of Battle. This is about having come through a rite of passage. It is about spiritual warriorship, and you can see there's the spirit world in the background, just watching. So I love the notion of this card, combined with the idea of elk having stamina for a long journey and being able, Spirit says, to be with your own people, your group of friends that love and support you. So the Foundation of Battle is aligned with the Six of Swords. So there's also this notion of we have had the stamina, we do have it within us, and we are taking our stamina because we've come through this rite of passage, and we're moving on to the next place of our destination. That's really gorgeous. I'm going to grab a card from the Journey of Love Oracle deck, and then we'll jump right in to the Rider Waite and see what's going on. So, notions about having stamina, notions about knowing where to draw. Okay, Spirit's saying from the fountain. You need to be with your friends, your family. Do you need to be focused on your love relationship? It is incumbent upon us to know and to bring the balance and to find the balance and to always, to the best of our ability, be balanced in that way. Spirit's talking about the way we need to let our love concern, meaning our partner, flow into our lives when it's appropriate. I think it's one of the lessons that some people have challenge with. Your loved one is meant to be a solid whole person standing in the center of their life in order to be able to look outward from there and know that you're the one they want to invite in. And we, as individuals, have to do the same thing. And actually, I was doing the water sign love readings yesterday, soulmate readings. That was much of the message was about partnership and how it is we have to stand in ourselves. So Spirit, what's this message from today? About rites of passage, about moving on, about having stamina, about knowing where our soul posse is. That's what Spirit's saying. All right, Spirit. What is this message, please? Oh, that one. Okay. That's the card for heaven. Isn't that beautiful? So yes, clearly there's been a lot of discussion coming through about the mystical realm, the spiritual realm, the place from which wisdom comes, the place we travel to on our journeys. So let's take a look at the Rider Waite. I don't know if you can tell, it's really early in the morning here. I have to get up and get out early today. So it's kind of nice to be here in the quiet of the morning. The snow is falling. We had about 6 inches of snow last night, still coming down. I got to go out and brush off my car. So Spirit, what's the message for today, please? About this beautiful energy, about moving on. What is it that we need to know when it comes to love energy? How do we move our love energy forward as we move away from the place, Spirit says, that caused us to be, oh, look at that. All right, I love it. Yes, we are feeling burdened. We're at the end of a cycle, definitely, and we do want to move on. It's funny, that came out, I think it was either Pisces or Scorpio. So there's some of that feeling in our hearts, Spirit saying, and it's why you move on, isn't it? When you finally get tired of carrying the burdens and you wake up to yourself and you say, okay, that's enough of that. I'm not willing to engage in that anymore. There's some kind of message coming through like that. Spirit, what's the rest of this message? Please give us the message, Spirit. What is it you want to... All right. Yeah. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, turning. So it's right side up, which is great. So yes, we are ready. We are either ready to move on or we're in the process of putting our burdens down because we're understanding. You know, so I live in Vermont, so sometimes I think to myself, I gotta sell this house and move to the Bahamas or something, you know? So sometimes the grass is greener. But eventually we do have to take stock and make decisions and move on and look. Ooh, tower moment. So there's something, clearly, there's something going on. Wheel of Fortune is turning. And it may take a tower moment to get you unhooked, Spirit says, from what you've been hooked into. There's the next card. Love it. King of Cups. So I love that that's there, in line with this notion of moving forward. And the King of Cups is looking forward. So there's a transition going on, definitely. Somebody's had enough of something. And you have had stamina for the long journey. Now you're looking towards the heavens, saying, all right, get me out of this mess. What can I do to move myself forward? All right, Spirit, what's the next part of this message, please? What is it you want us to know for this day? Ooh, okay, Spirit wanted that one. I love it. The Fool. Perfect. You know, the King of Cups is not a fool, but he does use the energy of the Fool when he's ready to move forward because he knows that he has to be in his place, in his own strength, with his own type of stamina to meet the 0 point moment, to bring the tower crashing down in order to embody and utilize the energy of love. And yeah, Spirit's saying, in order to, it's not just about moving on. It's about not being held back. And, you know, we're talking about reaching the realm of heaven. There we go. So I'm going to put that over there because we were talking about mating season. So, you know, how do we offer our cup of love? There we go. And so, you know, for some of us, have you ever made a fool of yourself for love? That's definitely a tower moment, isn't it? All right, Spirit, give us one more card, and then we'll take a look at the runes, okay, gang? And we'll look into this reading, see what this is about. Spirit, what is it you'd like us to know? What's the energy that's going to finish off this reading, these cards that are coming out? What is it you want us to know today, please? For anybody that's here to pick up this message, what is it that they need to know? please give us an understanding. This energy on this day, it's the 4th of March. The new moon is coming in a couple days. There it is. Okay, she's trying to jump out. Beautiful. High Priestess. And there's the last card. All right, let's see what that is. Yeah. Okay. And the Four of Swords. So let's take a look at this. We have this situation where something has to end. You've paced yourself long enough. You've carried these burdens long enough. And from deep inside of you, because you've traveled on to the spiritual realm with your problem. I think you've been saying some prayers. You've been asking for some help. And whatever this is, you did finally put the burden down. You put the wands down. And you turned and walked away. It was a tower moment, either for you or for your partner or for somebody, whatever relationship we're talking about. It is you that's bringing forward this change because you've gone deep inside yourself, I think. And we also see this as a rite of passage. Standing on a new foundation now because you're done with it and you're moving on. So, in traditional Rider Waite, this card would be, we see the image of a woman in a boat, and Spirit's calling it a gondolier, pushing the boat away. I'll see if I can find it. And she's going across the waters. She's got her hoodie on, Spirit says, and she's just she's not even looking back. She's only looking forward because she just can't give any more of her energy to the place from which she's first using the word eloping. That's interesting. So as we come forward into these moments, that woman has come past this feeling of being in chains. Spirit's saying it's moving away from the swords that bind. So they're talking about, the Eight of Swords and those kind of moments. All right, where the heck is it? I went right past it. Anyways, I don't want to get too bound up in that. So we see this thing that you do because you want to move on with your cup of love. You want to go searching like the knight does. I'm going to go out and look for my lover because I know that person's out there. Maybe I already know who it is, and I'm not letting this hold me back anymore. And when you do that progression, you do turn into the king. You rise from this position all the way up to the top because now you are taking control of your love life. You're taking control of your heart, your love energy. And when you put this down and you come to this 0 point, a new beginning, jumping off the cliff, I don't know where I'm going, I'm going to open my parachute on the way down, it brings you to a lot of mental and emotional rest. And the other thing I love about this is whatever it is you had to blow up, you've been carrying that burden for a long time. And it is the act. It's funny, Spirit yesterday was talking about fire. So it's the radical act of change and trust that frees you up to be able to offer your cup of love to someone. And when you take this journey and you bring your power into your ability to go and look for love or offer love to someone, you do it from a very sacred place. Secrets are being revealed. Deep wisdom. The new moon is coming, and the High Priestess sits in alignment with your desire to go out and find love, to offer love, to utilize your love in a way that is healthy and strong and beautiful, rather than be in a situation that's filled with strife and carrying burdens, perhaps not being appreciated by someone or many someones. If your Spirit keeps talking to me about family, so if you're dealing with a dysfunctional family situation, first of all my love and hugs to you. I know I come from a big Irish Catholic family. There were 10 of us in a 4-bedroom house. So imagine how much fun that was. Lots of fun, but sometimes not so much. So, you have to work your way through those things. There's somebody out there, I'm just going to say this, there's somebody out there who's dealing with really toxic family, narcissistic kinds of stuff, maybe addiction stuff. It is time to walk away. Get the help you need. This is about taking your love, the healthy part of your love, to go and get some professional help, some therapy, whatever it's going to take. Spirit says go to a homeopath, go get some zero balancing. I like that. Because I think either you are coming into a direct alignment with the wisdom that lives inside of you, the truth, Spirit says. There's nobody that's going to pull the wool over your eyes anymore. Or secrets are being revealed and we're coming to this new moon. You're finally going to have some rest. You're going to stop the battles. Do you see this? And it may feel foolish to step out of the dysfunctional system so that you can just put your sword down, align yourself with the High Priestess, meditate, pray, rest, take a bath, take care of yourself. Spirit says get a great book and go to a coffee shop and buy a fabulous coffee and, you know, some kind of a croissant or something, and just be with yourself. So it's interesting that the elk medicine had something to do with that too. So for those of you that are freeing yourself from a situation and stepping into your power of love, you know that song from Huey Lewis, The Power of Love, that's playing in my head? You are moving on. You're taking a risk. It is a risk to put down what you've been doing. It feels like a risk, but you know it's the right thing, and we see it in the cards. And you are aligning yourself with the realm of heaven. That's why the High Priestess is here. And the spiritual realm, okay, the gods, the goddesses, watching this beautiful young warrior come through his rite of passage. And it is only then that we see the rest of the tribe surrounding him, because then he's able to show up in a way that's real, because he's come through his initiation. So whatever this relationship is that you're having a struggle with, and it might be a job, it's been some kind of initiation for you, and the purpose of it was to cause you to come into clarity so that you could put the burden down, because it is only ourselves that keep us in prison when it comes to these kind of situations. So I'm going to pick from the rooms. Spirit's talking to me about my own passage. So I have a master's degree in healthcare administration, and many, many years in healthcare. And I finally got to the point, I had a brand new job. I was really happy about it. And my boss was a literal sociopath. And I'm an Aries rising, so how do you think that went for me? And you know what? That was the biggest blessing I ever had in my life in some ways, because finally, you know, I'd been working on myself, and finally I cleaned out my desk and put everything right, made it all really neat, you know, the Virgo in me, because I really wanted to scream and shout. And finally I just thought, no, I'm going home, but I'm going to take my dignity with me. And the next day at noontime, I went to the parking lot and I got in my car and I drove home. And they never heard from me again. And, you know, in a couple days they said, well, okay, we get that you're not coming back, but we just send your office key, you know, things like that. And it was the next month that I finally turned around, sailed away, and I started my YouTube channel. So, you know, sometimes it's about coming into alignment with your true self and freeing yourself from something that doesn't serve you. So I don't know why Spirit wanted me to tell that story. Thank you for listening. All right, Spirit, what's the room, please? For all those beautiful heart chakra travelers that are feeling embattled, they're feeling overburdened. They're in, you know, when this is what's going on, you cannot love. You're not available to love energy, because all your energy is going to the burden. And it might be that you have someone who you really, really love, and you finally are just going to get up and walk away from whatever this is, so that you can pay attention to your lover, to that person that makes you feel like you're at this 0 point, because they're here. They're already here. So there might be some of that going on. Put some messages for me. Let me know what's happening, gang. All right, Spirit, what is it, please? Oh, we just had this the other day. So this rune, embedded within it, is the rune for joy, which would be just the P shape. So I'm going to put that right there by the tower. Let me grab my little granny glasses and I'll read to you from the book. I love this room because there's a lot going on in this energy, and it has everything to do with this notion of separation. So let's see. It's about a journey. It's the rune for journeys, communication, union, and reunion. It's radio. The rune is concerned with communication, the attunement of something that has two sides, two elements, and with the ultimate union that comes at the end of the journey, when what is above and what is below are united and of one mind. All right, thank you, Spirit. That's what's going on. So there's a conflict internally, clearly. So your inner worth mounts. At such a time, you are not intended to rely entirely upon your own power. Instead, ask what constitutes right action. I think that's why the Four of Swords is here. Ask through prayer and meditation, through addressing your witness self, your teacher within. And once you are clear, you can neutralize your refusal to let right action flow through you. Do not be intent on movement. Be content to wait. While you wait, keep on removing resistances. As the obstructions give way, all remorse arising from trying to make things happen disappears. So that's what this is all about, all right? And once this remorse and resistance, you put down the stick, Spirit says, sort of immediately there's a huge change in the Wheel of Fortune shifting, and you're able to free yourself. And we see that that's part of the overarching message about sailing away. So this journey is towards self-healing, self-change, and union. You are concerned here with nothing less than unobstructed, perfect union. But the union of heaven and earth cannot be forced. So regulate any excesses in your life. Material advantages must not weigh heavily on this journey of the self toward the self. Stand apart even from like-minded others. The notion of strength in numbers does not apply at such a time. For this part of the journey, the soul's journey, cannot be shared. And I think that's hearkening back to the elk medicine, because in some way, they're lone travelers. They do travel in herds, but they are, when they're talking about mating time, so again, we're thinking about love again, they travel alone. So there is some part of your soul's journey which you are not meant to share because you are going through a rite of passage, literally. This is one of the cycle runes, and it carries within its form the rune for joy, because now the end is in sight. You are no longer burdened by what you've left behind. Heaven above you, wow, Spirit, woo! Boy, I don't know how they do this, but I'm always in awe. Oh my gosh, heaven above you and earth below you unite within you to support you on your way. A simple prayer for the soul's journey is this: I will to will thy will. Such a prayer of intention is proper on any occasion and particularly appropriate as a preamble to healing. That's, oh my gosh. All right, so gang, clearly you are releasing yourself from something that's held you back. On some level, I can easily tie this to all of humanity because of all the things that have been coming through my channel. This is a collective effort that we each do as individuals, but clearly there's some folks out there that need this message today. So send me a message. I'm sending you my love and hugs, and I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. And, you know, Spirit just says hugs and kisses and bless you. Go in this direction. Understand that you are right about what you know. It is time to, Spirit says it's time to bring the hammer down, meaning the tower moment. All right, so good luck with that. Don't walk away from your job like I did, because that's crazy. It worked out for me because I'm Aries, so be careful. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.